code, G code, cheat code, G code, cheat code, G code.
Welcome back to another episode of Cheat Code Podcast. This your boy Tez,
And Deshaun.
and today we got another great banger for y'all. We're talking about review of Madden 21.
All right, so it's been out for it came out it's been out about 2 weeks now, roughly 3 weeks.
2-3 weeks, yeah.
They done put a couple patches out, done fixed a couple bugs, Still got a lot more to go, but we're gonna get to that.
Right.
All right, so start off. First things first, the yard is great. I think that's their big new feature this year. That's the big change. That's the one they kept promoting and pushing to the forefront. And it was great. It's cool. It's something different. Like I said, 6-on-6 football, a lot of crazy lateral passes. It's an 80-yard field, 20-yard first down. They took a lot from NFL blitz. They used to kind of run somewhat of that same format, minus the 6-on-6 anyway.
Right.
But now it's a great mode. And I think it's definitely a step in the right direction for where they're trying to go, which I think they're trying to mimic the 2K My Career mode as much as they can, which I'm not mad at that at all. And like I said, it's great. It took some time to get used to it, though. I'll say that. It took some time to get used to it. It's not something me personally, I couldn't just jump right in. Even after reading the directions, and maybe I didn't read the directions good enough. I don't know. I did kind of skip through the shit, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? How you feel about the yard?
Man, I like it, man. Like, I only played it a couple times. Me and Justin actually played once or twice together.
Yeah.
And I like it. So I haven't really got a chance just to get deep into it.
No, I feel like I gave it a good go. I messed around with some of the prototypes and some of the skill updates, kind of dressed my guy up a little bit. He looks a little what's the word? Not metrosexual. What's the word? Guys back in the 80s and the 70s, androgynous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks a little on the androgyny.
A little prince in him.
Yeah, if I could give him a Jerry curl and a shag, I would.
Oof.
If Matt's listening, yeah, give me that, bro. Give me the Jerry. Just know what I settle for the Jerry curl. Just give me the Jerry curl, bro. Man, Jerry. And if you want to get real creative, bro, let the juice drip. Have the people behind me slipping and falling.
Bro, I would die laughing at that.
Right.
Hey, you can't put a helmet on because he got.
Hey, bro. You know what? No, better yet, bro. Better yet, bro. That's the X factor. Jericho. Hey, he come out.
Activator.
Can't tackle him. Hey, you can't tackle him, bro. He's slippery.
He's slippery tackle. He slip tackles.
Hey, man.
Well, he never got hit in the backfield. Never.
Right, yeah. Jerry Curl, X Factor, activator.
But that shit would be
all right.
Hilarious.
All right, back to the review. So, only thing real downside to the yard though, there's no long-term value with it. I mean, you play, you unlock outfits, but as of this moment, there's no franchise mode or
no season type thing.
Yeah, no, it's just you just do it. You just do it to do it. Me personally, I get tired of that. Like, I need a goal. I need an end goal. I need something to unlock. And the outfit just ain't going to cut it.
And I think that's more for, you can play with your friends. Like, y'all can play, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 3-on-3, 5-on-5, something like that.
But, if I'm playing with my friends, I'd rather do franchise mode, personally.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just give me another option. Something to do real quick,
All right, so just to kind of get into the obvious with this one, a lot of bugs, a lot of technical issues with this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand, for EA to be as big of a company as it is, I don't feel like they were rushed to put the game together. Maybe there were staffing issues and, a whole bunch of, staffing and technical issues with actually getting the game put together because of COVID and the pandemic. They couldn't all be together like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, I'm kind of spitballing here, but I mean, for this to be Madden, the game, the only NFL game, there's way too many bugs, dude. There's way too many bugs. And I mean, like I said, one is not necessarily a bug. I think it was actually intentional how they slowed down the user on defense, especially when it comes to linebackers. You know, on 20, you could take away a whole like a whole left side or right side of the field with a linebacker. Really, you could take the whole middle of the field away just by playing the linebacker. You could go sideline to sideline. This year, that's not the case. Right? You ain't covering that with that linebacker. Not really. I mean, you can cover a couple zones, but it's not like it was on 20. And honestly, that's probably for the best. But same time, I kind of miss it just right off the bat. But
I think that, like you said, I think that's for the best because
yeah, it was because
it's
it's
making it more
frustrating.
real because
Yeah,
no linebacker going sideline. Not now it
nah,
is a couple of them that can do
it's
it,
some.
but
It's
every linebacker can't do it.
right, because I mean, you really, for the most part, bro, when someone was user controlling the linebacker and did it right, there were no slants, there were no drags, there were no end routes. There was nothing in the middle of the field. Nothing. You got nothing. Other thing too, I see a lot of open passes are dropped, and like it's not. And I understand, you know, not everybody has a high catch rating, but if I throw DeAndre Hopkins, if I throw him a pass and he's like nobody within 2 or 3 yards of him, and he just drops it, didn't get hit, it just drops it. I mean, come on.
See,
It's
that's
either
something I haven't experienced. I have not
I've seen a
experienced it.
lot of it. And I went back and forth on it because I was like, maybe it's the people I'm using. You know, a couple of guys were younger, a little lower rated. Like David Njoku, he's a little bad about dropping open passes. But I was like, you know what? It's like, but he's a kind of a lower overall right now. You know, it'll get better as time goes on. But then I get all these drops for Hopkins, and I'm like, okay, it's either a ratings issue or it's a bug or something. But
They disrespecting Joku. I'm
hey,
putting
man,
it out there.
I went out and traded for him, bro. Whatever.
They disrespecting my boy.
Other thing too, actually playing, so I caught an interception, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's video of this floating around, not of mine personally, but there's video of other people having this issue. Guys running upfield, guy comes off the sideline, makes the tackle.
Thinking, brother, that's my dream come true. I've been saying this in Madden forever. I need somebody to come tackle this, especially
Right.
like last second. Y'all
Yeah.
tired and then like you throw that pick, he just
Yeah,
come out the sideline, save me from pick six. Thinking, brother, whoever you is, you got to raise.
Right. But yeah, bro, like issues like that are unacceptable. Another big one was the issue with the kick meter. Kicking a field goal sometimes is damn near impossible.
Right.
And I think it's an
glitch.
issue with the frame rate. I think it's an issue with the frame rate on the meter. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Like that'd be my first guess, but it gets to a point where it's like damn near impossible to kick a field goal. And I've gone, me personally, I've missed 3 or 4 in a row in a game.
I have.
Yeah.
I have. Like, it's like, first of all, the first thing I noticed is they have the dark blue at the bottom, the light blue at the top, and then you got the white line. So it's
the
like
coloring was a little off.
Right.
Yeah, a little
usually it'd be opposite. The light at the bottom, dark at the top.
Right.
But
Which
I
one
see
makes
it's
sense.
flipped this year. So it been glitching. Plus it been glitching. Yeah. At first it was hard for me to kind of see it until I like kind of focus in. Then I was like, oh God.
Right.
Now. But yeah, that's 2 big things I noticed.
Right.
The glitching.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all bad. I mean, like I said, the animations are great though. The running game looks like fucking awesome this year, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The jukes, the way you can chain them together, the spin moves, the dead leg, the hurdles, the jurtles. It looks good. They put a lot of emphasis on the run game again this year, and I think it paid off. It looks good. I feel like it responds really well. Like those guys that are like very elusive, they show it.
Right.
Like you run with like your Saquons and trying to think who else is elusive as hell.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, guys like that are like known to be slippery. Like it's hard to like I always tell when I play with Saquon, I'm always joking. I was like, look, bro, don't send one. I'm gonna embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't come with one, bro. It's gonna be embarrassing. I'm telling you. You need 2 or 3. Don't send one in the open field and think you're gonna bring me down. That ain't gonna happen.
All right, Saquon, my guy.
Right. But yeah, bro. But like I said, animations look great. And like I said, the jukes and spins are great. I love the pass rush stick too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a big addition because like you got nothing from your pass rush last year. I mean, not out on the D line anymore, on the defensive line.
Unless they had an X factor.
Yeah, if they didn't have an X factor, bro, they wouldn't get into the backfield. Not really.
And I love playing with defensive line because
right, that was always my favorite. I actually stopped because like I wasn't getting anywhere.
yeah, they brought their brother.
All right. So I love it. Like I said, I hope that's one thing they do keep going into next year. But knowing Madden, they might get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now they probably emphasize on another part. Might be linebackers.
Right. Yeah, I think it's the safety's turn. What you think, man?
I was gonna say linebackers.
Right. I might go back to them.
Mm-hmm.
But other things too, like I said, the crowd still looks shitty. The crowd still looks terrible. They could have put a little more energy into the crowd and a little more effort into making it look like a crowd. I mean, same time, I don't know if anyone's really looking for the crowd or paying attention to them, but same time, like,
and I'm not
give me
really
something.
checking.
Not really.
I feel like if they put more into like the what can I call it? Like little things like the stadium, like
yeah,
how they have certain things in certain stadiums. Crowd chants. I mean, like you got Kansas City do like the little.
Yeah, I would love to see more of that too. Like a little more, I guess you call it personality when it comes to the stadiums. I mean, they do a great job with like the big camera angles, you know, coming down and showing like when they do Atlanta, you know, they show like the giant Falcon statue outside and, you know, things like that. Like they do a good job with that, but like overall, it's not a whole lot to be impressed with. And then the halftime show is still it's skippable. I can't tell you the last time I watched a halftime show on here. Like it's nothing.
It's the same.
It's not relevant.
I think they should change. Like every time you play a game, I feel like it should be different commentators. Like maybe 4 commentators.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't be mad at that at all, man. Like just switch it up just a little bit. Give you something new.
Yeah.
But I think they probably didn't want to spend the time or the energy into that. Yeah, bro. Face of the franchise. I heard bad things about it, and then I tried it anyway against my better judgment. I'm telling you now, not a whole lot of value there. I mean, it has its moments. Like I appreciate the fact that the storyline continues like after you get drafted, because you know, like last year, it was kind of, you know, once you get to the NFL, that was really it for the storyline. It kind of continues a little bit throughout the duration of your career, and it's kind of like more of a recap of your career that you know kind of plan that out, which I can appreciate that. Some a little different, but overall, I mean, the animations and the voice acting is fucking tragic, bro. And in the long run, your decisions don't matter a whole lot. Like you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there regardless. I mean. And so, I mean, and that, like, and the aspect, I think I'd like the opportunity to fail.
Right.
Like, let me get kicked out of the league for throwing too many interceptions or something. Let me fail. Let me fuck up. That's all I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And like I said, the continued storyline in the pro career is a great change. But like I said, we'll see what else they can do with it. Madden Ultimate Team. This is always one of the more popular modes this year. Just, you know, I mean, the fact that the overall premise, I mean, you can get a team of the best ever at any position, put them all on a team together and go play against your friends. You can compete with other people from around the country, around the world. And, you know, it's a great concept. And Madden realized that. And so now, not only do you feel pressured to play Ultimate Team, like, dude, I swear every time the game comes on, there's a new like advertisement or it pops up on the screen. Like I feel pressured to play Madden Ultimate Team, whether I was interested or not. I feel like I have to play now because it keeps coming up. I'm like, okay, if I play it, maybe they'll leave me alone.
I feel like, yeah, they've been putting emphasis on that for the last couple of years.
But it's their biggest. I think it's their biggest money maker too, and that's the other issue with it. The monetization of the game, dude. There's so much pressure. Like, and I think NBA 2K is a little guilty of this too. Like, but you don't get anywhere without spending money on there. Like at some point or another, if you really want to be able to compete with other people, you're gonna have to put your own money into it.
Right.
And I think that's what they want.
It's like I feel like also it's like that because they don't have any competition.
Yeah.
So you gonna do it.
And that's what I was gonna get to. I think the biggest sign of their lack of competition is the franchise mode. But before Ultimate Team, franchise mode used to be the mode, bro. It was like because they didn't have anything else, so it was like you had your exhibition games, you had your Pro Bowl, and it was franchise mode. Franchise is where you spent your time at. That's where they hooked guys in and kept them playing. But there's not a whole lot of monetization in franchise mode, and I think that's kind of been the reason that it gets like such a large lack of attention. Because essentially, this franchise mode is the same one dating back to Madden 19, probably even a little earlier than that. I don't feel like they changed a whole lot over the past 4 to 5 years, which is like ridiculous. But like I said, essentially, man, if you play franchise mode, it was left untouched. I mean, if you get it now, the rookie contracts make a little more sense, and they changed the color scheme a tad bit, but everything else is the same. The layout, the way the game interacts, the same people that were easy to trade for is still easy to trade for. It's still the same. Like there's nothing else. They really did a copy and paste when it came to franchise.
Right.
And I feel like that lack of competition has made EA lazy.
Lazy as fuck.
Right. But like I said, we'll see what happens when they get there, man. But we'll see what happens if they ever get any more competition. There's a big thing now with people want Madden to kind of drop EA. I mean, they want the NFL to drop EA.
Want to go to 2K?
I don't know what they want to do. They just want somebody else to make the football game. But we'll see what happens, y'all. All right. So, like I said, there's been our review of Madden 21. It's got its highs and its lows. Overall, it's cool. It'll do because there's nothing else. But I'm not going to sit here and act like it's a standout game or something EA should be able to pat themselves on the back about. It's just not.
All right.
All right, guys. This Cheat Codes podcast. Like I said, guys, we've been on this game about 2 weeks now. Like I said, they're putting out new updates. Colin Kaepernick just got added. Jadeveon Clowney should be in the game now. But overall, this game's it leaves a lot to be desired. And I'm gonna kind of leave it at that.
Yeah. What would you give it out of 10?
A 5. A low 5 at that. Like it might have to round it up, right? Give it like a 4.8, 4.9 or something. Like round it up to 5 because it was a copy and paste outside of the yard. I give the yard a 5. That's about it, just for ingenuity.
I would give it a 6.
You've been too
because
generous.
I think the gameplay is better than last year.
All right. Just barely, but I think it'll get better once they work the bugs out. But yeah, that's all right, guys. This has been Cheat Codes Podcast. This is our review of Madden 21. Like I said, you listen to this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Let us know if you want to hear more. What other games you want us to cover? And so you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. All right, guys.
Yeah, we out this bitch. Go Canes. Yeah, I said it. I meant every word.
Bastard.